DJI Mavic Air is insane. Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new video on my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, I'm OLiveri. So some of you may or may not actually know this, but recently I bought a new drone, that is the DJI Mavic Air. It's a pretty good drone, as you can see, it's in here. This is what it looks like outside the case, and this is what it looks like when the legs are all extended out. As you can see, it kind of flies like that. Pretty good drone. Anyway, so it's been about a month since I bought this drone, and in the short amount of time I've had it so far, I fell in love with it and I got some amazing shots. So in today's video, we're going to be going over some of the features that DJI Mavic Air has. We'll also be going to the park to test it out, have a bit of a fly around. But just before that, I'd like to say something first. So guys, on my YouTube channel, I've been trying to make different sort of series and different kinds of videos. And I'm thinking about sometimes and occasionally I'll be making some tech videos. So I've already made one, which is a DJI Spark review. And I actually got to fly the DJI Spark when I went to Airlie Beach and visit my friends Pete and Kelly because they own one. And they inspired me to get my own, which is why now I'm making my own video about the DJI Mavic Air. Now that being said, let's head on over to the park. What's up everyone? Today I'm at the park to fly my brand new Mavic Air. It's a good drone. As you can see, I got a new backpack. That's pretty cool too. So I'm gonna unfold the Mavic Air, connect it to the controller and start flying it. So I thought I'd take you with a journey with me. So this is my new camera bag. It fits everything, the camera, GoPro, battery chargers and everything, tripods. Currently the camera goes here, but currently we're using it to film this part. But today we're using the Mavic Air. So this is what it looks like. It is tiny, and then it folds out. Take the gimbal protector off, the plastic cover, then it folds out to this size. As you can see, it's a pretty good drone. I already got a battery in it, so that's already going to help us. It's going to unfold these antenna things, which elevate the camera so it doesn't touch the ground. So it's kind of elevated a little bit, as you can see. Protects the camera. I've got to get my pretty small remote for the Mavic Air. As you can see, it's pretty small. That also folds out. I'll just do that, and then your phone goes in here, and you just plug in the thing to your charger, and then just kind of fits into there. And then now what we're going to do is open up DJI Go 4 app. I have it here, and then we're going to turn on the drone. Press once and then hold it down, and then the motors will start twitching and stuff and begin the startup. Then you do the same for the controller. Press once and then hold it. That turns on. Then I think you just got to wait a little bit, maybe point it at it till it connects. Okay, so I have the propeller guard, so the propellers don't, like, if they hit anything, it's not going to damage it at least. So I have these little things. You gotta connect them together, connect the two correct pieces together, and then they just go on the side. So I'm gonna do that and be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the propeller guards on. It helps it protect the propellers, so in case it crashes or anything like that, the propellers won't, like, you know, upside down or anything. So that helps a lot. Okay, so as you can see, I've successfully connected the controller and the phone to the Mavic Air, and now I'm going to use my bag as a bit of a, like, landing pad. As you can see, the camera is enabled. I'm going to start recording. It's up, and then we're going to take off now. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so right now we're at about 51 meters, as you can see, and if you look closely, there's the city. And yeah, so this is like kind of the neighborhood. If I pan the camera down, you can see the park we're in, and I'll just rotate it so it's a bit more straight. There we are. So if we wave up, you'll be able to see us, but that's us, and I'm gonna take it for a bit of a flight and have some fun. Here we go. In case you didn't know, the way you activate sport mode is just flip this little switch over, and then everything's a lot faster. It's pretty cool. So I'm doing an active track. If you watch my DJI Spark review, you would see that active track is really good. We're going to try it on my Mavic Air for the first time. I'm going to draw a box around me. Basically, I'll screen record it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Hope that looked good. It's in super slow motion too.
How high did you get it?
I got it to 100 meters exactly. That was my highest on this time. That was weird. That's it for today. That was one of my first times flying it. I've done it a couple times. I've made this cool edit at my grandparents' house. Check it out. I also got this amazing tiny earth effect with my friend Addie at this very same park. Check it out.
How does it compare with the Spark, DJI Spark?
Well, personally, I like it a little bit better. I think it's it's pretty fun. It goes a lot faster and stuff, but it's got 4K as well and a 3-axis gimbal. But the Spark is very good still for like a beginner person. But they're both pretty easy to use, pick up and start learning. Well, what a great flight that was. I got some pretty good shots over the short time I've had it so far, but let's do a review. Okay guys, so now we're back from the park. I hope you enjoyed that little fly around session where I took you through some of the different modes, had a bit of a general flight, went through some active tracking, we did a bit of quick shot modes, play around with that. I showed you also some edits and stuff that I've been up to. Also, if you saw last week's video of the Brisbane Story Bridge, top of the world, I actually primarily used the drone. I also used my camera to get the time lapse and stuff. However, I did use my drone in that. As you can see, it looked pretty good to me. Anyway, now we're going to be getting into the review of the DJI Mavic Air. So right off the bat, the thing that really sold me on this was actually the size. As you can see, this is it like compared to my head. It's literally the same size as my head. If you saw my DJI Spark review video, then you know how much I like the size of it. And the DJI Mavic Air is actually the same size. I know, it's pretty incredible. However, since the DJI Mavic Air actually folds up, it folds up to the same size as the Spark, and if not a little bit smaller, because those wings don't fold up on the Spark. I'm very happy with the purchase of the DJI Mavic Air because it fits perfectly into my camera backpack along with the controller, which is actually right here. This is the size of the controller. As you can see, this is the antennas when it folds out. You saw in the video, I'm just going to show you again. The phone goes in here, but it makes for a very good combo that fits perfectly in my camera bag, which means I can go anywhere with it. Now moving on from the size of the drone, we're going to be talking about the camera, the gimbal, sensors and all that sort of stuff. So the DJI Mavic Air goes up to 4K 30 frames a second at 100 megabits a second, which is insane quality coming out of this tiny drone. It does 2.6K up to 60 frames a second and 1080p up to 120 frames a second to get that awesome slow motion. And what I like about 120 frames a second in 1080p is that it actually does it in camera, which is amazing. You don't have to do anything in post. So we've established that the DJI Mavic Air has a great camera, but what's a great camera without smooth footage? Well, DJI Mavic Air actually has a 3-axis gimbal, which means it's stable footage going forward and backwards, left and right, also smooth panning movements if you want to get the awesome smooth shot. So as you can see, I'm just turning the drone like this. Hopefully you can see it because it's kind of black and it's blending in. It also smooths it out this way, and when you do these nice turning movements, it's still smooth. Good job, DJI. Now let's talk about some of the smarts that the DJI Mavic Air has. The DJI Mavic Air has 2 sensors, one on the front, one on the back, to ensure that you don't crash into anything using obstacle avoidance. Really handy on that. However, when you turn into sport mode, which is around 70 kilometers an hour, I know it's pretty fast, but only do that in a park because it turns the sensors off. So don't do that like if you're just flying in tight places anywhere, obviously, because you're going to crash into something. You don't want that to happen. Now let's talk about some of the quick shot modes. I went through some of my favorite quick shot modes at the park. However, I'm going to list all of them right now. So some of the DJI Mavic Air quick shot modes are Droney, which is basically flying on a 45-degree angle backwards. Circle, which is like a nice perfect circle around the subject. Helix, which is kind of a circle, but it's getting further and further away each time. Rocket, which just goes straight up and straight down. Boomerang, which is like a circle, however it goes out like a boomerang, comes out and then comes back in, like that one as well. asteroid is one of the ones I've had the most fun with because it like flies out like droney, goes out a 45-degree angle, but then it takes a 360 panorama. It goes like the camera goes up and down as you saw in the example, and then it stitches it together to make a tiny Earth effect, which I find pretty cool, and I've used it a lot as you can see so far. Another mode I like on the DJI Mavic Air is the active track. It's honestly amazing. There's 3 modes. There's one that just follows you around normally. The second one is profile, where it maintains a specific profile anywhere you go. That's also handy. There's also a third active track mode, which I haven't experienced myself, so I can't help you on that one. However, so far, they're all amazing. Another feature which is really handy is that the sensors actually activate during active track, so it might be a bit scary drone flying itself. However, with the sensors on it, you're pretty safe. Like all DJI drones, if you ever lose contact with the controller, it'll come straight back home. If you can't see it or whatever, just press the return to home button, it'll fly back to you. So many smart modes to avoid losing a drone, which is like the worst case scenario. You do not want to lose a drone. Always keep it inside. Be responsible when you're flying a drone to ensure a safe and happy flight. Also, in all the videos you've seen today with the drone, I've only done 1080p because that's all I need for YouTube at least. However, it's always very, very handy to have 4K so you can do a bit of punching in, not lose any sharpness or anything. So I'm pretty happy with the 4K function as well, but personally I haven't used it yet. Just to let you know, guys, today's video was all in 1080p. Anyway guys, with that all being said, it's time to wrap up today's video. In conclusion, yes, I would definitely recommend the DJI Mavic Air, especially for any beginners, because it's got all the smart features that come back to you and everything, as you saw in today's video, which I like a lot. And with that guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, turn those post notifications on, and share this video with your friends. Peace out.